Hari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jai Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradhari. Jai Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradhari. Yashodanandana Vraja Janaranjana Yashodanandana Vraja Janaranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jai Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradhari. Yashodanandana Vraja Janaranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jai Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradhari. Yashodanandana Vraja Janaranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jai Shri Radha Madhava ki Jai, Shri Prabhupada ki Jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna, welcome to everyone to the morning Srimad Bhagavatam class. Also, welcome to the devotees who are listening us from internet. Thank you for the opportunity. This temple, Vrindavan, is always in my heart, so it's an honor and pleasure to be here. Thank you so much. So we are reading from the Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 68, the marriage of Samba, the sloka from 14 to 18. So 18, first I read the one, and we together we read the 18. No? Okay, text number 14 and 15. Santva jitva tanvam rama sanadam vrishnipun bhavan naichat kurun vrishninam kalim kali malapatam jagama hastina puram ratinditya varchasa brahmanaye kula vriddascha vrittaschandra hivagrahi. BBT translation. Lord Balaram, however, cooled the tempers of the Vrishni heroes who had already put on their armor. He who purifies the age of quarrel did not want a quarrel between the Kurus and the Vrishnis. Thus, accompanied by Brahmana and family elders, he went to Hastinapur on his chariot, which was as effulgent as the sun. As he went, he appeared like the moon surrounded by the ruling planets. Text number 16. Gatva gajavayam brahmo vayopavanamashita uddavam prishayamasa ditarastra bubastsaya. Upon arriving at Hastinapur, Lord Balaram remained in a garden outside the city and sent Uddhava ahead to probe King Dhritarashtra's intention. Purport. Srila Prabhupada writes, when Lord Balaram reached the presence of the city of Hastinapur, he did not enter, but stationed himself in a camp outside the city in a small garden house. Then he asked Uddhava to see the leaders of the Kuru dynasty and inquired from them whatever they wanted to fight with the Yagu dynasty or to make a settlement. Text number 17. Sabivandi mayavika putram bhishmam dronam chabhalikam Duryodhanam cha vidivat ramam gatam habravit. After he had offered proper respect to the son of Ambika, Dhritarashtra, and to Bhishma, Drona, Balika, and Duryodhana, Uddhava informed them that the Lord Balaram has arrived. Purport. Srila Visvanath Chakravarti points out that there is no reference here to Uddhava offering respect to Yudhisthira and to his associate, since at the time the Pandava were staying in the Indraprastha. And we read together the text number 18. Te pipitrasta makarnya Te pipitrasta makarnya Praptam rumam suritamam Praptam ramam suritamam Tamarchayatva bidayu Tamarchayatva bidayu Sarve Mangalapanaya Sarve Mangalapanaya Kiti Pritastamhakarnya Praptam Ramam Suritamam Tamarchayitva biyayu Sarve Mangalapanaya. Next. Ladies, Mataji. Ayam. Te, they, ati, extremely, prita, pleased, tam, him, akarnya, hearing, praptam, arrived, ramam, balarama, suritamam, their dearest friend, tam, him, uddhava, Achayitva, after worshipping, Abhiyayu went forth, Sarve, all of them, Mangala, auspicious offering, Pranaya, in their hands. Translation. Overjoyed to hear that Balaram, their dearest friend, had come, they first honored Uddhava and then went forth to meet the Lord, carrying auspicious offering in their hands. Purport. In Krishna, Srila Prabhupada writes, the leaders of the Kuru dynasty, especially Dhritarashtra and Duryodhana, were very joyful because they knew very well that Lord Balaram was a great well-wisher of their family. There were no bounds to their joy on hearing the news, and so immediately they welcomed Uddhava. In order to properly receive Lord Balaram, they all took in their hands auspicious paraphernalia for his reception, and went to see him outside the city door. Om Agyana Timirandasya Gyananjana Sarakaya Chaksurumiritam Gira Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Shvayam Rupa Gadamayam Dadati Shvapadantikam Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyeva Cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Nama Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Garadara Sivasati Gaura Bhaktavrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So first of all, it's interesting to see how Lord Balaram did. So he arrived there and he don't enter in the city. That's interesting. Why? So because everyone was eager to welcome him in a proper way, but very strategically he stayed outside. That's very important because he was going to be like a mediator. And the mediator don't have to show since the beginning who is taking part or no one. If you are looking for the mediation, and if you accept, so the welcoming, the offering, and whatever it is by someone, means that you are just taking his part. So he stay outside. He set it up in a simple situation, and the inhabitants, the Dhritarashtra, they went to visit him. It was not the opposite. That's very, very important aspect, because when we want to have a mediation, we want to peace the people, that's an important part to be neutral. And also Lord Balaram he started the process of having a relation with between the people. We know that, especially in between the Kshatriya, the way just to deal with other people was starting from Sama. Sama means stay together, tuned with the same. So the first thing that they did in the past, but not only the Kshatriya in the Vedic culture, but also in come from Italy, even the Roman, they used to do like that. No? First, they was going in a place and just try to make friendship with them. We become friends, we stay all together, no problem. I am the king, we are very welcome, no problem, we work together. That's the way. When this is not possible, they offer dana, gift. Gift can be, really give gold or diamonds or whatever it is, but also some position to the people. So try to find a way to accommodate everyone. So that's the second step. The third step, when it is not possible, try to put a very clear fence. No? So here to there, in a sense, we respect each other, but you have to be conscious that one of the two is more stronger than the other. Or if you are stronger, equal, no, at least make good fancy. And we see that even in the modern world, when some nation, they want to show their potency, they make a military parade. No? And military parade seems to glorify, no, the army and the government. It is also to show to all the others, so we are here, this is our potency. So be careful. Be careful, because at any moment they can attack you, we can create trouble. So you have to consider me. So this is also a way, maybe it's not the best way to make fancy between the people, that's all. We tolerate each other. Now we are seeing nowadays there is some war going on, and not only the two main wars that they are discussing, all the newspaper, but also many other wars that are going on in this material world. And sometimes to show the potency is a good way to keep relation stable. The last step is to be danda, to move, attack, move fighting with the others. So in Balaram he went in all this process. First he want to make friendish, at the same time be equal, stay outside, and ask to the Kuru, what you want to do? You want to fight? Because we just come from this episode that was as speaking in the last days, that he was starting to fight, with some component of the Kuru family. So, and after Balaram say, what do you want to do? You want to continue like that? And so there is discussion we will see in the next days where the story go on. And but the point is that Balarama, he was trying to find a way to pacify the two, find that they are right to the way, but also Balarama had to pass to another. In the beginning, be friendship. Friendship was not completely possible, so also Balaram shows some potency, because we will see in the next days, he will start to destroy the palace. Say, hey, be careful, because I'm here, I can do something different, that will be only your friend. And in that way, they accept the mediation of Lord Balaram. Of course, when what Samba did was not exactly the best way to behave, because Mukunda Datta Prabhu, the Prabhupada disciple, last day, he went all the different way of wedding, marriage in the Vedic society. I will go very, very quickly into that, because that's important to know that, it's not that one part was completely wrong, it was just attacked without any motivation. But we have the first type of marriage is Brahma. It's called Brahma. It's considered the best form of marriage. Is when a girl's father give to the groom, after looking that this is a person that he can really take care of his daughter. We have some example in our story, because when we with like Kardama Muni and we remember, Devahuti, no? Also, Swayambhuva Muni was giving to Kardama Muni because he trusts, he understands that he was the right person to take care of the wife. No gift in exchange. No gift at all. Just give because it's the best thing for my daughter. It's the best thing that they can do. The second one is when there is some dowry. No? They give some gift to them. And it's interesting to see that if you go to study, the old Vedic system, in the old Vedic system, because you have the old Vedic system and the post-Vedic system, no? In the old Vedic system, so practically all the son and all the daughter, they were quite equal. But there is one difference, that at a certain point of the life, the daughter of the king, or maybe even of the older people, they will go to marry. And so when they marry, they move to another house. And what happened? Because she has the right to take this part of the wealth of the king or whatever it is. So the dowry was just to give in advance, immediately. So when the king will pass away, they will divide according to the first son or whatever it is to the other. They will divide the wealthy they have, the rich. But to the daughter was giving immediately. So and she cannot ask nothing more in the future. So that was the way. If you go in the European culture, also if you go in the old Middle Age, was exactly the same. they took inspiration probably for the Vedic culture, or is it something that is remaining from the Vedic culture? They was doing the same. So the daughter, when he was going to marry it, he was taking the daughter from the father, and that's it. So you took your part. Don't ask more in the future. No? The male will do the opposite. They will wait, the father pass away, and they take their part. After, the system will change, but in some way the dowry was remaining, especially needed in some other part. No? And somebody seems to be mandatory to give something to the family. And this, I don't want to enter into that today, but seems that it creates some trouble also in the society. But just to let you know that it was coming from Prajapatya way to wearing. Arsha is when the groom gives cows and bull to the bride family for the wedding. He's giving some gift. In exchange was given his wife. Vivaha is when the father of the bride, they will give some way to the priest some gift, for the sacrificial ceremony. So these four are considered the bona fide one. So from the first to the lower, but all the ones are bona fide. When you go in the next four way for marriage, they are considered not the best. So we're starting from the less problematic, the first, we can say, it is called Azura. So the groom paid a dowry to the bridge family to marry her. It's the opposite. It's not that the family is giving some dowry to the family of the wife, but it's the opposite. They pay just to let enter the girls in their life. Gandharva is the marriage when the couple married without the consent of the parents. So in a sense, they like each other, and they start to marry. This is very common nowadays. People, they don't consider any other form of marriage. When people, they are asking me outside India, is still going on the system that the family, they take care of the marriage of the people? And they say, yes. I don't say it is predominant nowadays in India, but it's still going on. And the people there become very disappointed. Why they do like that? So people, they just to come together because they love each other. No? That's the tendency that we have nowadays. But if you see the result, there are so many divorces. So this is not really working. I have a very practical story that there is a same family. So the daughter, one of the daughter, she married another one because she loved him. No, they beget a child. They stay together for 2-3 years, and after split, they disappear. The other same family, they was taking the advice of the family. So they went to all the astrological things. They check if the broom was the proper way, and the opposite they check the other about the girls. After 20 years, they're still together, and it is very happy marriage. So where is the real truth? Is on the senses aspect, because the people, when they like each other, because they like physically. Most of the thing is they like physically. But we know that the physic, after some time, is just to degrade. And the people, they don't like more. Because you are providing me some sense enjoyment. When this situation is no more possible, I want to find someone others. And nowadays you can see many people, maybe they are male or female, is quite the same. They are maybe 6, 70, 80 years old, and they stay with some ladies who is 30 years old, 35 years old. It is love? No, probably it's just money. But it's covered up something different. If the couple, they don't stay together, they don't have another goal in their life, just because it's the reciprocal attraction, don't stay longer. And nowadays, especially in the part of the world where the ladies are not depending on the men, because that was coming part of the story. In the past, in the family, the one who is owning the money usually was the man. So the wife in this way was totally dependent on him. So how she can move out in another situation because there is no economical protection, nothing. But nowadays, when especially even in India, here in the city, where both are working, both have some economical independence, so if they move to another level of relation, otherwise will be easy break. And also in India, you have an increasing number of divorce here. And that's the reason, because the people, they don't need some kind of protection more. So they try to do what they want. Only if the couple has another goal, this is not just to stay together because we like each other or because we can feel protection from one of the others. If only we have committed to do something different, it is just commit to serve Krishna, in our case, to serve God, this is the only way that it can be a long-lasting relation between the couple. So that's also because it's considered this Gandharva way of marriage not really appropriate. It's not considered good in a Vedic tradition. Rakshasa, when he forces the bride, is abducted to force her to marry against her will. So it's exactly what Samba did. So the reaction of the Kuru was not inappropriate, because even the Vedas say that you have to stop that. And you have to fight with the people that try to do that. You have to punish. So Duryodhana and all his group, they are doing the right things. They want to stop Samba. But of course, Balaram, he have another point of view. There is a lot of things going on and preparing something that will happen in the future. And the last one is Paisacha, considered the lowest form of marriage. It involves man seducing or deceiving the woman into marriage when she is not a sound state of mind. So that means you put some drugs, and it quite happened because especially in the Western country, the people they like to go in the disco dance or whatever it is they do, and they put some drugs in their glass. They drink, and after they abuse sexually of them, and after she forget totally, completely. This is considered is the worst way. So it's not a kind of measure. In the Vedic society, when someone was touched, like in the case of Samba, it was not possible for the other to have a hair bore. So in a sense, ladies was totally pushed out from the society because of the behavior. But this behavior have consequences. So the society, the rules, they will take care of that, and they will punish the person. So it's exactly what the Kuru, they were trying to do, just try to punish Samba. So I just introduced that because let's see how it's important for us to consider the proper way to act. Because Samba, his name is Sahamba, means connected with the mother. Hamba means also mother. Sahamba, stay with the mother. Because he was not really good guys. No, he was creating some troubles, and also because the mother was always keeping with him, try to take care of him. This is the root of his name. But somebody did something wrong. So if you want to take a lesson from that, we have to understand how is important our behavior in nowadays society. That's really critically very important. Because everywhere, but especially in the country where they don't know much about, the deep spiritual realization, the spiritual part, except India, all over the world. But India is changing very quickly also. We have to consider also that very, very quickly. So the ethic behavior is the most important thing. Is the only way, I can say, that the people, they can really understand you. Because if you want to take the relation or the discussion on a very high level, most of the people, they are not able to understand. So they judge you how you behave. That's because it's important to us to have the Vaishnava etiquette. Because the Vaishnava etiquette, we can say, is something normal, the normal behavior that the people have to do. But, the Goswami, Rupa Goswami, and also Prabhupada, they stress the point, say, you have to learn the Vaishnava etiquette. Why is it so important? Why is it so important to follow the principle? Why is it so important so many things? Of course, if you look as example to the four regulative principle, so some neophyte devotee, they can understand the regulative principles are the rules of the Vaishnavis, the core rules of the Vaishnava. We know that it's not. No, it's just the way to act properly. just to take you in the level of sattva. That's very important. Because if you go looking in the ethics, there is the so-called ethic of pleasure. So we are dealing with the society. We can come in contact with different people. We can different things. How we can behave. That's very important. So the regulative principle, they give the way to behave with that. Like if you see, like, why we are vegetarian. Prabhupada, if you look in the books of all the books of Prabhupada, he never spent a word to promote the vegetarianism. In all the books, try you can cite to Veda base or whatever it is. He never spent a word. Of course, he said that this is important, this is the basis, so you have to be vegetarian. But also he say, Prabhupada, don't think that you are better because you are vegetarian. But this is the key, if you want to move into Kripa and Karuna, is the key point. Don't do nothing against the animals, all the other living entities. It is not appropriate. Otherwise, you can be merciful to them if you kill them. It's just a nonsense not to do that. So vegetarianism is also give a response to that, but it's also deeply connected to the ethical behavior of the people. Like, there are so many ways that the people, they think it's good to become vegetarian. And because that's everywhere. Because, India, we are in Vrindavan, and many people are vegetarian, but not all India is vegetarian. If you look of the statistic of the different part of India, is not really. In some part, there is very, very little the number of vegetarian there. So why we have to have become vegetarian? That's another important point. The ethic of the behavior with the other living entity. Pass also through that. So the living entities, they are minor to us. Like Prabhupada said, they are just our minor brothers. We have to respect in a proper way. So that's one of the aspects. And people, they become vegetarian because for the economy, to save the planet, for healthy reason or whatever it is. But one of the stronger way that keep the people in general, not say the devotee vegetarian, is the ethics. And it's very close. Because for us it's not only ethics, but this ethics will be offered to God, because we are not just vegetarian, we are eating prasada. It is more than to be vegetarian. And also when you go to the relation, to the sex relation between a man and woman, this is another point. So the ethics say don't exploit the partner, just to stay together, cultivate the real goal, that is the real goal is to go back to Godhead, and just have the relation in an ethic way. So I don't enter into that, but just to let you understand that also the ethic is this kind of relation. The ethic with the gambling. We are not doing gambling. Why? Because we are not looking for a shortcut to solve our life. That's one point. We are not going to play the lottery or whatever it is. But in general, we don't play with our life. We consider our body what a gift from the Lord, is a temple. So we decorate every morning with all the tilak, and we consider a gift from the Lord just that allow us to serve Him. So gambling is also behave in a proper way with the gift that the Lord Krishna gave to you, is the body. And also when you go to the drink and drunks or whatever it is, why you don't do that? Because it's not appropriate. It's not an ethic way to deal with all this kind of substance that the nature is providing. So some people, they consider that principle, or when we are following something very austere, very strong, that to be followed, but that are the basis, because our ethics bring us to another level. If you don't settle you in a proper platform, it will be quite impossible to reach the high level of realization of the spirituality. So the religion, most of the religion, they don't consider that at all. We can include everyone. We can include Christian, Catholic, Hindu, Muslim, everyone. Most of the people, they just follow in their religion. Why? Because it's tradition. They born in a certain place. So I born in Italy, you are Catholic. You are born in Egypt, you are Muslim. You are born in India, you are Hindu. So this is like a stamp, no? Of course, can be something that you can start from, but after you have to cultivate. And the spiritual path has nothing to do with religion, if you look from that point of view. So we start from Sarvadharma Parityaja. So it's the end of the teaching of Krishna to Arjuna, but at the same time it's the beginning. So surrender to Krishna, worship Him, love Him, and qualify yourself. Have a ethic behavior. I don't know if you are conscious or not, but a team of devotee, senior devotee, they create a code of conduct. No, is a document that has been approved by the GBC. So this is not only for the leader, but also for everyone. It is really stressing about ethics, the importance of ethics. Because we start from there, from the ethic of pleasure, the ethic of prosperity. Again, when we have some possibility to have money, resources, how we deal with this? We just want to justify everything in the name of Krishna. It's not exactly like that. Just the other day, one lady would approach me and say, so we have some donation can come from us, can be a big donation. We want to do a big project, so there is. What you think? You say, where these monies come from? And she say, oh, I'm not sure, but can be, everything is purified if you offer to Krishna. Yes, but it's also your duty to understand where the money come from. Because if the money is coming from the slaughterhouse, or maybe in the selling of the weapons, be careful, because it's not that you can justify everything. Of course, it's a very sensitive topic that you have to analyze very properly. Otherwise, we try to justify everything. And we'll see later, I will read something from Prabhupada regarding that, where the money comes from. That's very important to have the ethics in there. The ethic of governance. It's very important for the leader, but for everyone, because sometimes the devotee, they tend to think that, the leaders are only the one who is in the position, like a temple president, GBC, or whatever it is. Prabhupada wanted everyone become a leader. Of course, can be someone who is leader in management, and someone can be leader just by example to the other. So that's very important. The behavior, is one of the most important things that we can do. So in the governance, in everything is coming to us, we have to show the proper behavior. Some people, they can object. Why we have to be good person? Which is the reason? So I want to enjoy my life. Why I have to be polite with the others? Why do I have to be? That's not because we want to be in a category that of the good, so-called good people. But this behavior, this ethics, again, allow us to stay in a platform of sattva. And from the platform of sattva, we can work to go in the pure sattva, Shuddha sattva. We can go after. Otherwise, we become impossible. So nothing is impossible for Krishna. Krishna can do whatever he wants. But, as Prabhupada said, if you want to take an airplane, the easy way is to go in the airport. If you don't go in the airport, it's possible that some airplane land somewhere and after they take you on. Everything is possible, but it's not really easy. No? Best is that you qualify, that you put it in a proper way. So, ethic again is the way to qualify us. Ethic is the way that the people they can understand in a society. Even when you touch the topic of the religion, see something very simple things that we read every morning. Prabhupada gave to us the Srimad Bhagavatam, the Bhagavad Gita. How we did is interesting because it first put all the Sanskrit writing. No, how many, especially for the Western, are able to read that? Maybe don't know. Maybe in India it's more easy. You can read that, but I can tell you it's quite impossible. And coming from a country where we have few universities that are teaching Sanskrit. No? At least 4 or 5 universities that are teaching Sanskrit. Of course, the number of the students is very, very limited, but it is there. So if you want to know. But all the rest of the population, they even don't know. What's that? I don't know. So Prabhupada, he just put this. And after, he put the transliteration in the Roman character. Why? And after, he translated word by word. And only after that, he give the translation and the purport. Can think of why is again an ethic to relate with the Shastra. Because if you look at we have hundreds, maybe thousands of Bhagavad Gita around the world. Because any person that they want to become popular at a certain point, you want to write Bhagavad Gita. What, they do something like that? No. They directly go and they include the translation and the purport in their words. No? Prabhupada they don't do this mistake because it's an ethic of respect against the Shastra. And also it's a way that you can, anytime, if you want to learn Sanskrit, you can really understand if Prabhupada did a good translation or not. Say, I don't know Sanskrit. Okay, you don't know, but you can go in the school, you can study that. That's because also many scholars, they say that Prabhupada, he gave a good translation. Of course, this translation wanna just to bring people to serve God. So this is dying in that way, because you know the Sanskrit has many ways they can be translated, and always is according to your consciousness. You can translate in one way. That's because Prabhupada say Bhagavad Gita as it is. It's not because Prabhupada was a puffed up man and said, "Oh, my Bhagavad Gita is the only one." He said, "This is as it is," because it's bringing you to understand what is the goal of life. That you bring you to serve Krishna. Did you try to read other Bhagavad Gita? I can share you something that happened to me a few years ago. There is in the city where I mainly stay. There is a group of interfaith dialogue, and they were starting a new way to gather together. You know? At that time, they want that everyone come to the gathering, read something from the books. Basically, they only want that we read something from the books and just give a short comment, very little, but they want to listen from the Shastra. So the first time that I was invited, I didn't understood exactly that, so I didn't bring with me any books. So I went there and they asked me, okay, you have to read something from it. I say, sorry, I didn't brought the books. I can still say something because I remember the sloka. But no, we just want that you read. That's it. And so the temple was like, 1 hour away. So I can do. The one lady show up and say, oh, I have Bhagavad Gita in my house. I just say, next block, I can go to pick up Bhagavad Gita and I bring to you. Say, okay, wonderful, bring Bhagavad Gita. So she went to the house, she brought the Bhagavad Gita, and when she came was not Prabhupada Bhagavad Gita, or was Bhagavad Gita from someone others. So I tried to, to manage the situation. I say, okay, I will find some slokas, some verses that, is close to our translation. No way. I tried because they were driving all the audience in another direction, this translation of the Bhagavad Gita. And finally they told me, this is your time. Why you read something from the Bhagavad Gita? I say, no, I cannot read. I say, why you cannot read? Bhagavad Gita is there. Yes, Bhagavad Gita is there, but the translation and the purport is something totally different than what we want to say. And they say, okay, you can say some verses on Sasloka by yourself, but next time bring your Bhagavad Gita. So that's the reality. If you look at the translation, not say any times, but is the way, the approach, because they are approaching the Bhagavad Gita, they are approaching the Shastra. Many people, they approach it to exploit the Shastra, not to serve the Shastra. That's the difference from Prabhupada and the other approach. Prabhupada approach to serve, so he wants that everything is bona fide, so he follow an ethic into that. So again, the ethic is the most important thing that you can do. And the ethic of the loving exchange, because if you speak with the people in general, for them the loving exchange, especially in a country where the body concept is very high, but a lot of the expenses to give a hug, kiss each other. I always have problem because when especially when you go in the interfaith dialogue in the Western country, everyone wants to hug you and kiss you. Especially in Italy, in Latin, it's very badly conception. They want to, and if you try to say, why you are doing like that? So you are not exchanging love. So which way is the way you have to explain that? So we can just say Hare Krishna or whatever you want, Namaste, say whatever you want, but we can have a loving relation in another way. It's a process because the people they are not really proper situated in their understanding. But again, loving relation has given to us the way to relate. So which is the way to relate in between the devotee? It's not just Haribol. Of course, Haribol, we need to socialize with the devotees. It's a very important aspect. But if you look how we have to behave, so we have to share our times in a proper way. So we have the devotees that are senior to us. This is including, of course, the most senior devotee that we have in our movement is here, is Srila Prabhupada. No? And can we associate with Srila Prabhupada? Yes. Siksha association is always available. It's not because Prabhupada left the planet. So we have to spend the time with him. Because the advice is to spend at least 25% of your time with someone who is senior to you. The guru, the devotee, the senior devotee, Srila Prabhupada. So stay with them because you take instruction, you get guidance, and take energy from them. And after you can share your time, 50% of your time, so the Shastra says 50% of it, you have to share with the devotee, like you, people that are following that say, in which way? Just to stay, laugh, that's an important part also to have a good socialization, but in which way? The loving exchange are giving and receiving prasada, giving and receiving gift. Gift means also not only physical gift, but also some gift from the heart. And the last one, who remember? Prasada, open, share your mind. It is not that you have to share your mind with everyone, but of course it should be someone very friend that you trust, someone that you trust. Because you have to respect everyone, but you know how to deal in such an intimate way should be something that will be relevant. And we can spend 25% of our time in taking care of someone is behind us. Is just newcomers or devotee that need help. But why we don't ask it to spend most of the time with the people that they are, we can say, inferior to us in the process? Or I can say maybe inferior is not the right word, but you know, someone is just behind us in the process. Because sometimes they are not so advanced because and they can take you down. So you have to balance all these things. Having good relation with the people, with the devotee like you, taking instruction and give help. But don't try to mix too much the things, because otherwise you can be affected also from that. Especially when the newcomer, they still are in the process to understand, but they still have to in the process to purify from the basic things. No. Okay, give association, but be careful not too much, because if you give too much association, it's a problem. I try to explain this when with the people that nowadays is becoming very popular everywhere, even in India, just to have the animals in the house. No? And some people they say, why you devoted, you don't allow dogs and cats or whatever is in your house. It's not a question of discrimination, because we are just trying to consider everyone at the same level, but also we have to consider that the animals are in the platform of tamas, and to associate too much with them can also take you in the platform of tamas. It can become difficult. So because people, especially in the Western country, they used to sleep with the animal, they used to eat with the animals, sometimes with the same plate. It's quite becoming very common. So why you have to do that? Because when you get very close to the people, you get influence and also can affect you. I don't know if you ever heard about this, the proxemic distance. So proxemic distance is something that is 20 centimeters from your nose. It is a term that is used in all the medical affair, because medical system, they consider the person that can come very close to you, someone can be very influenced, they can have some effect on you. If you look in the study of the Hindu, the Vedas, we can understand that we have the chakra, all the chakra. That the yogi, they try to balance the chakra. We try to balance the chakra in another way, mainly through the chanting of the mantra, whatever it is. But when the people enter in your proxemic area, this make a changement. So if you think, again, I'm coming from a Latin country where the people, they really like to stay together, embrace each other, kiss each other. But you think, how many people you let enter your proxemic area? Very few. For how long? Sometimes even a friend, you come, you give an hug, take distance. Only so the partner can have your family members, the kids, they can enter in your prosemic area much more, because this is making changement. Because the chakra, when you are starting to have people, some people are very close, they are trying to move, they are moving, and to harmonize that it takes time. That's also one of the reasons, because in the yoga world, not only in our tradition, they say that when you have a partner, don't change the partner. Keep the partner forever, because the partner is the one who entered much more into prosemic area. It's one of the explanations. You don't say this is the only explanation. And when you stay with someone, you want to harmonize the chakra. But if you change continuously partner, the chakra will not harmonize. And after you have to restart all the process again. So again, all this ethic, all this effort that you are trying to do are they are looked to take us up to qualify it much more to be able to really to fulfill the expectation and to follow in a proper way the path. Just I want to finish reading this short letter from Srila Prabhupada about the ethics regarding the getting money, for our project. This letter is to Trivikrama Maharaj. And Prabhupada says, please accept my blessing. I am in due receipt of your letter dated October 30, 1975. And I am glad to hear from you that you are carrying out my order there in Tokyo. What is this stealing and violence? This is not good. By stealing, did Guru Kripa Maharaj collected the money? Stealing is not our business. Our business is to become Krishna consciousness. Chaser's wife must be above suspicion. This is our program. So again, if someone has doubt, Prabhupada, when it comes to her that the devotee was not behaving in a proper way in collecting money, he stopped immediately these things. It's not because the devotee say, oh no, the money is coming, we can put at the service of Krishna. Prabhupada said, they get the money in a proper way. If you are stealing, it's not our business. We don't want to do that. We don't want that money. So he tried to make some changement. So again, ethics is an important answer. Please try to look. This document that is being approved for the GBC is available online. Look into that. It's guiding you in a different aspect of the life. Jai. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Please, Prabhu.
The verse, Yasyasti Bhakti Bhagavata Kinchana, that if one's chanting Hare Krishna and following the orders of the spiritual master, then naturally all the good qualities develop. So how much attention should we put on, to develop these good qualities of humility and tolerance and not stealing and, being devotional? Or do they happen automatically, as it's said, by this process of bhakti, we naturally awaken the godly qualities? So where do we draw the line of making the effort?
Thank you, Prabhu, for a very relevant question. If you look at the Sikshastaka, in the first two Sikshastaka, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said that he set up the importance of the holy name. No, in the second chapter he said that the holy name is the most important thing, but we are not so much attracted. In the third, that is quite relevant to me, he said, Trinada Piso Nichanata, Rora Piso Ishana, Manina Maradina, Kirtaniya Sadari. To continue to chant the mantra, that means in a proper way, you have to develop two qualities, is humility and tolerance. So that's important. Of course, if you continue, you can stay in a proper association with the devotee. And to stay in a proper association doesn't mean only to stay, you become older, but you have to become senior. It's not because if the time is passing, everything is okay. Of course, it's good also to stay in a good association, but you have to cultivate. And what it means, humility, because you mentioned humility. Humility, to me, the best translation of the word humility is to be conscious of your limits. What it means? That, modesty and humility, modesty is required to the devotee, but it's not the same, it's not a synonymous, modesty and humility. Humility means that you are trying to do your best to get the attention, like the gopi did. Everyone likes to stay with Krishna, And they, in a sense, they fight each other to have Krishna with them. But when Srimati Radharani arrived, that she is the most qualified, what they do? They serve Srimati Radharani. Because the ultimate goal of them is to give pleasure to the Lord. So the one who is more able to give pleasure to the Lord is the most qualified. I try my best to be in that position because I want to stay close to Krishna. But otherwise, if someone is more qualified than me, I just serve. And so the devotee, in that way, shouldn't become envious, and the envy to be removed as soon as possible. We are not here just to promote ourselves or to show to the other that we are the best. We are here to serve. So if you are conscious of your limits, in a specific occasion, you are the best person to do that service, it's fine. You have to become a lion and just do whatever is needed. Because Krishna is, in a sense, is using you. It's like Prabhupada said when he was in the Jaladuta. You don't ask blessing to Krishna. You don't ask, let me be successful in whatever it is. He says, let me just be a puppet in your hands. So this is the best way to be humble. Prabhupada was qualified at all, but he was asking the blessing of Krishna to be that. And tolerance also is an important aspect to continue the spiritual life. So to me is another sloka, the third one, no? Because you want to continue. Okay, tolerance means also is quite easy to say, oh, I am tolerant because this happened to me, I want to tolerate. Okay, but tolerance also is to accept that everything is happening to us is not by chance. It's because Krishna is sending us just to face, maybe to help us in the transformation or whatever it is. In that sense, we have to be tolerant. Because if you are not tolerant, means that we want to control the situation. If we want to control the situation, we don't have really understood that Krishna is behind everything. So this two key point, to be humble and to be tolerant, is two key point of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu stress out. If you want to continue, okay, you arrive, the devotee, they encourage you to arrive in Krishna consciousness, you got the importance of the holy name, maybe you are not so attracted. If you want to move to the next steps, continue to chant, but to continue to chant, you have to work also on that. And ethics, again, help a lot, especially in the beginning, but always just to be focused at a proper understanding. I don't know if there is time more.
Take two more.
Okay.
This is very quick, Prabhu. I appreciate your commentary on ethics, and that code you're referring to, there's a website, iskonethics.com, so
Yes.
anyone can go read and download there.
Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Prabhuji said that spend 25% of the time along with persons who are ahead of you, and 25% of time who are behind us. So how to actually know who is ahead of us and who is behind us? Just because by their outer appearance, how they are dressing up, how many kanthi mala, because I have seen people dressing very saintly. And this question I have raised previously also, that Srimad Bhagavatam itself, in its beginning, it's saying that Kali Yuga में मतलब पाखंड चरम पे होगा. Means in Kali Yuga, this pakhand, cheaters, who will dress up in such a manner, and pakhand, I am not knowing the exact translation. So how to know, and secondly, how to know who is behind us? And does outer appearance actually matter?
Yeah, that's a good question. Maybe we need to have a seminar on that, because it's a very important point. So, in a sense, I would say keep simple. No, like you have newcomers that are coming here, they don't know nothing about Krishna consciousness. Take care of them. No, that's a very, very important aspect. Just to understand who is senior to you and who is junior to you is a big thing, because the devotee, they always think that to be unqualified. Devotee is really modest into that. No? Really, if more one is advanced, more you feel that is unqualified. So I can say that you are junior, you are senior. And what you said is very important, because it's not only by the appearance that the devotee is really advanced, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he went in all this description. Akincha Ganagata, Akincha Gata, he say all the level of the people. Someone would use different way to dress, different haircut, or maybe even different worship. And he made the point that is that just there are different ways to express love for God. You don't have to judge the other. At the same time, you're strictly following your process. And again, in another document, Bhaktivinoda Thakur say that if you want to have an interfaith dialogue, everyone has to go deep in this tradition. You know why? What it means that? You have to go deep because you find Bhakti into that. And if your Bhakti can be very easy to relate with the other. Otherwise, everything remains to the external aspect. So, this point is very relevant because it's not because just you stay in a certain area that you become really advanced. At the same time, you have to respect, because the respect is very important. But do in a proper way, and go more close, go more deep in the people. And also there is you can find in the Shastra how is really a person that is advanced, that we can take shelter on him. And to understand that is very important that we continue to associate with Srila Prabhupada. Because Srila Prabhupada was the most qualified. Everyone, any of us, disciple, no disciple, they are here because of him. Everything happened. So all the situation, difficulty that even our movement went through during the years, now in some place, whatever it is, everything is possible if you just take shelter of him. So the main siksha that we have to take is by Srila Prabhupada. And the one who is speaking exactly, they behave in the same way that Srila Prabhupada, that's maybe is a person that we consider to follow. That's interesting even how Prabhupada he deal with the facilities. I remember there is one book that is written by Yogeshwara Prabhu, the Swami in the Western world, I think is the title. Swami in a Strange Land. Thank you. At a certain point, he's describing that Srila Prabhupada, if I could remember, he was in London, and the devotee, they set up a very nice situation, very nice apartment, very, very high level, no? And after Prabhupada, he moved to Bhubaneswara, because Bhubaneswara, they had to open a temple. I don't know if someone read the story, no? And Yogeshwara, after a couple of months, he went in Bhubaneswara. They were starting to build the temple, but nothing was there. And he was struggling to find where Prabhupada was. And at a certain point, it was in a hut with an oil lamp, just continued to translating. Yogeshwara was very surprised, say, Prabhupada, I left you in a very nice situation, a very proper situation, I helped you, and you are now here in a very. Prabhupada say, okay, situation are changing, we don't mind so much. So now here is like that, I continue. It was like a little table, and that's it. Some paper and some lamp just to write. The advanced devoted don't behave according to the facility that they have. So, nice dress is important. Why? Because the society has to respect us. Especially if you go in the Western, even in India, you have to deal with someone, with a politician or whatever it is, with the general society. The devotee have to be nice dressed and very respectful. But at the same time, it's not the dress they make. The Catholic, they say that it's not the dress they make the monk. Okay, can help to enter in the part, but at the same time you have to go deep and cultivate. And it cannot be superficial. And this is a big problem nowadays, because the people, they are really attracted by the external aspect. It's plenty, the world of people that they claim to be advanced people. I'm not saying that in our movement, also sometimes probably we are also in our movement, and they claim to be God. Claim to be Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, maybe some of them, no? And there's thousands of followers, river of money that they are bringing to them. And if you look if they are really advanced or not, okay, we can discuss on that. But most of the people, they are very superficial. They take the appearance. But Bhakti also is not just an appearance. It's not a show. We are not going in front of the deity and make a nice article because, hey, look at me, I'm the best pujar in the world. No, we are looking to just as a way to show your love and devotion. It's very rare. Kali Yuga is becoming more and more rare. So we have to be very careful to keep, driving in the right direction. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. Jai Srila Prabhupada ki jai. 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 Hari Hari.